for coming, Johnny Banjo, and taking on to the next round, waiting for his opponent.
And despite the fact that, well, this is the first time I see Janjo Banjo, I think that he gave us a pretty good sample
Yeah.
of what he can do as a player. He clearly has a lot of knowledge. He clearly has a pretty good understanding of the game, of when to approach, when not to approach. And I think that the thing that got him was his mental game. I don't
Yeah.
think that he should have switched to Isabel.
Yeah, I agree with you on that matter. I mean, at the end of the day, we as commenters have a job to analyze whatever options the players decide to take, okay? So there's so much that we can do with that in mind. We can try to analyze whatever it's currently on the screen, but of course we're not able to read their minds and see through what they're planning ahead. So my question to the chat and of course to Jenny Banjo is, why would you go from a from a mid-tier character to a low-tier bottom-tier character if your set plan of game was already working against Donkey Kong? You just got janked from game number 2 in many aspects. Of course, not trying to diminish whatever Leo was already doing right, because he was getting the good reads, but essentially speaking, what really hurt game number 2 was the fact that there was so much jank going on, you know?
Yeah.
Game number 1 was good.
Yeah, game number 1 was super good for Janjo Banjo, so I think that maybe he switched to Isabel to try and throw Leo up his balance. Isabel, she has some pretty good keep away tools, but I think that they are not as strong in this matchup like Banjo's. Banjo has that side B that he can use as a kill option, and maybe Isabel, she needs to go for the fishing rod, and I think that could be the reason why he switched to Isabel. But he already had a pretty good base to work off with Banjo, and the moment he switched to Isabel, he had to start all over again to build this castle up. So maybe he should have stick to his guns and go for the Banjo. But either or, pretty good showing on the side of Janjo Banjo. He, once again, we already talked about this. He's a pretty good grasp of the game, of what he should be doing, of what he should be avoiding. So we like to quote the Emperor Palpatine on the first on the episode 1. We will watch his career with great interest, and here it comes, the rock, paper, scissors.
We still have no winner set. It's gonna be just once again and again, and the right side's the winner with the scissors on hand. So, just one thing that I gotta point out for whoever's currently watching, whoever's currently hearing us. If you're gonna try to change your character, just try to counterpick back to something else whenever you are in danger, whenever you are in dire need for a change. You have to have the mentality to do so. You cannot just go from one character scheme to another character scheme in just a matter of seconds. You have to change the mentality that you're currently holding on, because of course at the end of the day, one thing that you pointed out, even though Banjo and Isabel have some similarities in their game plan in just taking a space against your opponent, Banjo's much of a brawler rather than Isabel, who is much of a zoner. So of course the fact that he still has the idea, okay, I gotta sound him out, but he was just thinking, okay, I am a Banjo main, I have these brawl options, I can keep a mid-range, and that's not something that you do with Isabel. You keep a long range. That's just something that I want to point it out.
Yeah, I think that that's a pretty good advice, not only for Smash, but for
In
any...
general.
Yeah, in general. And now, who is coming up next? We're gonna have Ethi, once again, the 4DK on stream, in a row, and it's gotta be none other than...
What did I do?
MLFGAMER with the Sonic going up against Ethi, the character of your dream sphere.
Yeah. I'm totally 100% hype about this. I like this character selection. I like this character diversity. I like the matter of how many graphs we're seeing on this match. Of course, yes. And I'm not lying at all. No.
Let's
Jo-
go DK stream. Oh,
jokes aside, of course, we gotta talk about what's currently holding on. If Ethi already taken off the first stock, I don't know exactly what happened. I just bat my eye for a second. I was blinking. I was already gone when Melf just left that first stock all the way to the Blossom. Sadly, he's already losing against Ethi, and currently, even if you are the kind of character set that you are currently holding with Sonic, being one stock down against the Donkey Kong, it's not something that you can give yourself the chance to. At the end of the day, Donkey Kong can just play outside his shield and it's gonna be troublesome for you. On the other hand though, he knows how to make it back. The backer just to get back into the control of the stage and taking out the first dog. That was quite clean, that was quite delicious, but coming back all the way from Ethi, he's destroying another backer just to make it fourth again. Damn.
okay, things are not looking really good for MLF or M for short, but I think that he can still take this game. He's gotta, forgive me for saying this, but he's gotta play the Wi-Fi style Sonic if he wants to take this first game, because things are not really on his favor stock-wise. So maybe he could opt for a much more patient game, but he's telling me to shut the hell up because he's going for the opposite side of the spectrum. He's playing really aggressively, and he could
And it
take
worked.
this second stock. Yeah, it's working really well for him.
Just a translation, what do we mean by Wi-Fi type of game plan? We mean something more of a reliable passive aggressiveness, chip damage. You don't overcommit to just keep extending and extending your combos, because that's what happens. If you keep extending your combos to Sonic, eventually you're gonna whiff and you're gonna keep a window so the other player can just throw something out. It's gonna work. So currently MLF is already at 97%. Sadly, he's not gonna make it back. He was already conditioned by the fact that Donkey Kong was already waiting with that downer on hand, on button, on thumb, and it's gonna be game number 1 on Eddie's side, and that was actually a good game if you ask me.
Yeah, pretty good game, and I think that
Yeah.
the most important thing about this first game is that we got a small glimpse of what MLF can do when he's got the momentum. Maybe if he can gain this momentum from the very beginning of the game, he could, just clean Ethi really quick, really fast. And I've seen that there are some people here rooting in the chat for MLF. He's got his fans.
Yeah, of course. I'm actually low-key rooting for him as well. The fact that he has that name, he's rocking that name. He's got some Quintamas down there. So, so currently, MLF it's already at deficit percent. Is not landing any kind of crucial interaction against Donkey Kong. It's the fact that Donkey Kong just keep messing around his options. Whenever MLF is already set to go for something, just committal. And Ethi, on the other hand, he's just throwing those lingering hitboxes, but somehow they keep stopping Sonic on spot. It's already at 104% against 63. Let's trap situation. MLF goes for the read, but once again, the lingering hitbox are the kind of property that they have. They just keep messing with MLF every single time, sick.
Yeah, that's right. And now, I once again, things are not looking fine for MLF, but it's not such a bad situation as earlier. Gets that fair. Oh, okay. Gets that spin attack. What is he gonna do now? Trying to go for a back air. Misses the back air. Okay, going for a pretty risky mix-up, and it doesn't pay it off to his favor. 58% slowly but surely, Ethi is building MLF percentage amount. Now gets the upper, another upper for Ethi, another upper. Oh, and the downer. It's gonna give M some room to breathe. Okay, getting this first stock off of Ethi. He can still make this. If he gets one good hit that could lead to maybe, let's say, a 50% combo, maybe he could take this second stock. We've seen that he's capable of doing it.
And as soon as you say so, he's already at 24%. He's just halfway through, and sadly, that's not gonna be the case. Not any longer. He makes good jump. He makes a long jump. He makes the speed run tactic. But sadly, he's already speed running to the last ending of the bracket. Sadly, MLF is already on deficit. That's so hard to overcome that he's probably gonna be eating as soon as this set ends. This 161 against 56%, already overcoming so many hitboxes that he's being thrown at, and the lingering hitbox DK has to offer, they have been just so crucial for this matchup in particular. I don't know exactly how this matchup works. If you were to ask me, I'm not an expert on either DK or Sonic, but as a matter of fact, what I am being able to see is that just Ethi cruelly, really running over this hedgehog. The Animal Kingdom is just showcasing who's the boss in the jungle, man.
Yeah, that's right. And we can see that Ethi, he's feeling himself. We saw him whiffing a lot of downers, whiffing a lot of backers. Oh!
He just went for it and it didn't work, man.
Ouch. I